Hi there, Dr. Vicki Lemper here with the Shift Happens channel. Today, we are going to talk about surrendering and truly allowing and letting go and allowing God to guide. All right. And we're also going to talk about self-concept. So I've had many coaching conversations, and this is really leading me to this conversation. I get it. Listen, I'm on the journey just as you are. But what I have learned is that I was looking outside of myself more than what I realized, right? And I felt it in my body. And if you pay attention to what your body is telling you, your body is a lie detector. It will reveal, hey, you're not feeling so good. It's that kinetic, frenetic feeling of, I gotta. And even when you're not even trying to affirm or visualize, you're still always thinking, especially about that SP. All of what I teach, the circumstances, they always change, but my formula never does, okay? My formula is always your thoughts, words, and emotions create your destiny. However, we can go a step deeper. And when you truly accept yourself as that brilliant, beautiful God self, because again, I will always say, all you have to do is believe that you are God. God works through you as you, because God is never changing. You don't just take bits and pieces. God wants you to have that fulfilling, wonderful life, and it is done. Now, we're going to get back on track with the surrendering and the self-concept. And in the comments below, I'm going to have my notes here. Comment below, I am surrendering and allowing God to be my number one relationship. Again, comment below, I am surrendering and allowing God to be my number one relationship. And let me tell you, this is what changed. This is what my shift happens, right? But this was a big shift, right? We are shifting constantly, whether it's positive or negative, whatever. I don't like to label, but we're constantly shifting based on our thoughts, our words, and our emotions. We always have the power to choose. We choose thoughts by either love or fear. Love is obviously with God. You're not separated. You're not separated from your desires. Desires are natural and normal. They are given to you by God. When it's given to you by God, it is done. The minute you have that desire, it is done. You have to believe and feel it. So we're going to talk about that. Surrendering and developing that self-concept of love. And what do I mean by that? Ultimately, your ultimate self-concept is allowing and believing that you are your God self. You know, I've heard it referred to as big G, little g. You know, it could be the parent-child type of thing. And that is truly it. When you truly surrender, and let me tell you this, especially, you know, the top three topics are love, money, and wealth. Now, so often we have so many limiting beliefs surrounded by that SP because, you know, somewhere along the line we were abandoned or rejected, right? And it just is, right? And so we have to, like, I don't want to say overcome, but deal with it, adjust to it, and realize that that is a thing, but it's a constant surrendering to the God self, to the person that you are. Now, I always say my formula, thoughts, words, and emotions create. It emits through energy and it creates your actions or behavior, right? But let's take it a step further. Again, accepting yourself as that God self. And that God self is pure love. When you stop all the thoughts of all the desires that you want, if you're in that manic kind of frenzied state, and maybe it's not even that frenzied. Listen, I have been on every one of those states of desperation, hopelessness, excited. Yes, this is happening, all the way down to the depths. And listen, and I wanted to give up. I stopped several times. I was like, this doesn't work. And guess what? Things all of a sudden started coming to me because I let go of the resistance. I let go. And surrendering does not mean you're quitting. It doesn't mean that you let go of your desires. You let go of the emotional tie. You detach from the outcome. You detach from that emotional story to it. The only story you have to have is that you are one with Source. And Source is love. That's your number one relationship. When you really just take a moment, take a day. I just challenge you to take a day where you're just like, you know what? I'm not even going to think about my desires. If they pop up, great. But if it's a story that I don't really care for, I'm just going to let it go and shift right back to your God self, the love self. Feel it. Embrace it. Allow that God self, that soul, to truly feel and feel the love. That's manifesting. Manifesting is the feeling of peace, joy, harmony, appreciation. That's all love. That's God. When you are connected to that one source and you are one with God, you are one with everything, because we're all one consciousness. I dare you to challenge yourself to make God your number one relationship. And truly, that is the only one thing that you are paying attention to, and you are focusing wholly on that. Let me know how that works for you, because I can guarantee when you are really honest with yourself and you allow yourself to just surrender yourself over to God and just allow that to really commune with yourself, you will feel right in your chest. I feel it right in my chest, where you're just like, I feel appreciation, I feel love, I feel abundance, I feel joyful, I feel ecstatic, I feel calm, I feel neutral, I feel knowing, I feel faith, I feel trusting. All of those words that you saw growing up, faith, love, trust, all those things, you're like, oh, that's cute, funny, nice, all right. But until you really truly embrace it, it really does connect, to that one source. I always make fun of those pictures that everybody has: live, love, life, love, laugh, whatever it is. But it is kind of true. I hate to admit it. And so really, God doesn't test you. God does not want you to be unhappy. God wants you to join and be one with God. Make that your number one relationship. And I promise you, everything just opens up. And don't mess with it. When they say don't mess with the middle, that truly is. It's like when you see something in the 3D, oh, I'm going back to my God self. I am God. I am source. I am pure love. I'm pouring love out. Imagine yourself pouring love. The awareness is God. Awareness is that ever flowing. It is flowing. It is malleable. It is going around and through and in and around everything. When you embrace that God self, forget about it. You get everything you desire. Everything. Because you do feel worthy. You're like, when you truly accept yourself and accept that relationship as is, there's nothing you have to change. It's just a constant choice to go back to that God self. Try it. I promise you, it works. Miracles, right? All of that stuff. And trust me, I grew up Catholic. I believed God was out here, and I was like, oh God, I gotta do the checklist. I always joked, I kind of just really wanted purgatory. I don't want to be an overachiever. Purgatory is kind of cool. You get best of both worlds, and you're just hanging out, having a cigarette, drinking. I'm teasing. I don't do that. Well, I used to, but I don't anymore. Anyway, I like to have fun with it too, right? And that's what you need to be, is lighter and loving and making that relationship number one, the God self. So again, in the comments, I am surrendering and allowing God to be my number one relationship. Comment below, I am surrendering and allowing God to be my number one relationship. Miracles happen. Trust me. I challenge you. All right. Until next time, like, subscribe. If you need coaching, I am there for you. So much fun. Shift Happens Life Coaching at gmail.com. Till next time. Bye-bye.